Good morning. I'm Kathy Bunton, Area Poultry Agent for Alexander, Wilkes, and Iredell counties. Why would Alexander County have an area poultry agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension? That's because the poultry industry is very, very important to Alexander County. It's an $80 million industry with over 190 farm families making their living raising some type of poultry. Today is my opportunity to go into the classroom and present the poultry industry to the students of Alexander County. Suzanne Reinhardt and I have been doing for over 28 years the embryology project in the school system. We're taking 24 eggs to over 20-some classrooms today. The students in those classrooms will care for these eggs for 21 days until those eggs hatch. This is our opportunity to present science of embryology as well as the importance of the industry of poultry in Alexander County.
Good morning, my name is Suzanne Reinhardt. I'm the 4-H agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service, and I work for NC State and Alexander County government. And today you're going to be starting a good, neat science project. It's called embryology. Can everybody say embryology? Embryology! Very good. Embryology is a study of how a fertile egg turns into a chicken. Now someone, as I was walking in, said, "Are there chickens inside of this egg right now?" No, they're not chickens. There's not baby chickens inside of here right now. Right now, it's just the size of a dot. It's a fertile egg, but I'm going to crack one of the eggs open. The hatchery at Wayne Farms, I got up this morning and drove to Surry County, which is about an hour away, to get fertile eggs. And fertile eggs, the eggs you buy at the grocery store, are not fertile. Fertile means that you had to have a hen and a rooster to have a fertile egg. And once we put this fertile egg in the incubator that I brought in your classroom, it's going to take the place of the mother hen. And the mother hen normally sits on the eggs and keeps them warm, right? Mm-hmm. But the incubator is going to keep it warm, because it would be sort of crazy to have a hen inside of your classroom sitting on eggs, right? For 21 days. I think that would be crazy. So we have an incubator that's going to be the substitute mama hen. So we have fertile eggs. Now there's things, it's going to take 21 days from today for the chick to grow inside of the egg. And during those 21 days, you are going to have to be responsible. All I did was provide the incubator and the fertile eggs. It's your job to change it from the egg yolk into a chicken. And now that's really, really hard. And it's not a magic trick. A lot of different animals start out this way. So 21 days is going to take the chicks to hatch. With turkeys, it's 28 days. With quail and other smaller birds, it's about 15 to 17 days. But it takes 3 weeks from today. Now, you're going to have to make sure we've got the incubator plugged in. We don't unplug it, right? No. Because we want the temperature to stay at 100 degrees, about 99.5 to 100 degrees. And I see on the incubator, it says at 100 degrees, so we're good to go on that. The next thing we're going to do is, after I finish talking, Miss Alston, your teacher, is going to put an X on one side and an O on the other side. Now, we're not having the chicks to try to play tic-tac-toe or anything. This is so the mother hen turns the eggs 3 times or a couple of times a day with her beak or her feet. And since we're not as smart as the mother hen, we have to put an X on one side and the O on the other side. And this is so we know we're going to turn them 3 times a day, but we're not turning them today. Today we just want them to get warm in the incubator and get used to being in the incubator. And then starting tomorrow on day 2 through day 18, you're going to be turning them about 3 times a day. Now if you forget or you're busy or on a field trip, 2 times a day. But you're going to turn them from, if all the X's are up, then you're going to turn all the O's up. Why do you think we want to turn X's and O's? Raise your hand if you know why we're going to turn them on both sides. What do you think?
So,
What would happen to me? I have really white skin. If I lie in the sun on my back all like for an hour, what's going to happen to me?
you're gonna get a sunburn.
I'm going to get a sunburn for sure. So the eggs won't get a sunburn, but we want to keep them warm on both sides. So that's why the mother hen turns her eggs. It's to keep them warm on both sides, so they're evenly heated. And NC State Poultry Department says the most important time to remember to turn the eggs are the first 7 days, because that's the most important part of the embryology part. Now, in the bottom of the incubator, we have put water in the bottom of the incubator because each egg has little tiny pores in the eggshell. Now, the water turns into invisible mist, and it can actually go inside the egg to help the eggs hatch. If we do not keep the water in the incubator, guess what happens?
It doesn't hatch.
The chicks don't hatch, or if they
And they
hatch,
die.
they may die. So we need to make sure that we turn the eggs starting tomorrow, right? Keep the temperature at 100, and we make sure that the water is correct. Usually we found with these incubators, if you add water on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you're pretty good to go. And in this incubator, it's got a number 1 for the little canals in the bottom of the tray. We're going to be using that. We'll be putting water in the number 1 canal. Then on day 18, your teachers will tell you, ooh, we've got to add water to both canals. Okay? Now, there is in this egg, there is an egg sac. Does everybody see this is the pointed end of the egg? And this is the rounded end of the egg? Well, at the rounded end of the egg, there's an egg sac right there. And starting in a couple of days, about every 3 to 5 days, you're going to take a candler. And I brought your class a special candler. And they do this in the poultry industry. You're going to turn the lights off. You're going to plug this up and turn it on, and you will put the egg, the round egg point into the candler, and you can turn them and start to see the chicken growing inside of the egg. If we did it right now, you wouldn't see anything right now. And so then you'll be able to see blood vessels. The next day you might see a little bit more and more, and it keeps growing, and it keeps growing until you get lots. It'll change ever so often, little by little by little, and they'll do lots of different things every day. And it keeps growing and growing until the chick can't come out anymore. On day 18, we don't turn the eggs the last weekend because the chicks are getting ready to hatch. So they will take their beak, they have an egg tooth that they only have while they're getting ready to hatch. They'll break that air sac, and you can actually hear them chirping inside of the egg before they crack. And then they crack the egg from the inside, and that's when the hatch starts. When the first one starts to hatch, sometimes it takes the first one 12 hours to come out. But once the first one comes out, guess what happens? All the other ones start coming out a little bit faster. Yes, because they hear, I guess, all their friends outside, and they start to want to come out. All right? So the hatch is fun too, but that'll be happening in how many days? 21 days. All right. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to crack this egg, and I'm going to see if I can find the germinal disc. If you crack open an egg, the next time you scrambled eggs from the store, before you scramble it, look on the yellow yolk and see if you can find a perfectly round circle that looks like a halo, an angel's halo. And then that is the germinal disc. If it's a solid dot, that means it's not fertile. So right now I'm going to crack this egg because I want to show you and you that there's not a chicken in here right now. All right? It's just like a regular egg. And I'll hold it up here in a minute.
Oh, now I see it.
Now you see. Well, I don't know if you see. See, it has eggshells, looks just like a regular egg, right?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to have to put my glasses on so I can see the germinal disc. Sometimes it's on the bottom. Oh, I see it right.
It's on the top. I think I see it.
Oh, it's on the bottom. Okay.
I see it. I see it.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can flip it and get the germinal disc on the top. Okay, I've got it. That's perfect right there. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it right here and let you see the germinal disc. It is a little round halo, and before you leave today, we'll let all the kids come by and actually look at it, because I want you to be sure that you can recognize this round white little halo. And that's the only thing that tells me that this egg, is going to turn into a chicken if I had not broken. So does this look just like the eggs you... See, I can eat these eggs if I want to. A lot of farmers eat these eggs. So let's review. How many days until it hatched? 21 days. What do we need to do to the eggs starting tomorrow? Turn the eggs. What's the temperature we need to stick at? 100 degrees. All right. Do we unplug the incubator?
No.
And what is the name of the little white circle on the yolk that tells me that it's fertile? It's a halo, or it's called a germinal disc. And I will leave this with you because this shows you a fertile one versus a non-fertile egg. Some are brown, some are white, some are little, some are tall. But what does this mean? Does this mean that the brown eggs will hatch brown chicks? No. They'll all be the same color. It's just the color of their shell.
We will candle the eggs every 3 days through the process, and we are going to put, along with the X's and the O's, I'm going to also put a number on each of the eggs so that we can chart each individual egg. And then that way we are going to keep up, as we candle, we're going to make a prediction for each egg. And we're going to try to predict whether we think each egg is actually growing or not. That way we can chart what we think is the growth of each individual egg, so that when we have our hatch day, we can see if our prediction was correct or not. And we'll know exactly, like if this is egg number 1, we will know how we've charted its growth throughout the process, and if egg number 1 hatches or not.
Now, Miss Austin, if you see that one of the eggs is clear, maybe even on day 12, what would that tell us if it's clear?
If it appears to be clear, then that would tell us that it's not growing.
It's not fertile.
All right, here we go. No, we're not going to put that one in there because it's already cracked, and so it won't do anything. And we just lay them in here. Okay, and we're going to lay them on X's.
Alright, why is she laying it all on the X side? Why is she doing it? Somebody raise your hand and tell me. Jose?
So she'll know to turn all of them to O, and none of them will be the different sides.
So she'll know to turn all of them to O's. Every day you have to flip the side. And why did we number them again? Who can raise your hand and tell me why we numbered them?
Why did we number them?
Why did we number them, Caleb?
If they have less than not.
Yeah, so we can tell which one's hatched. Okay. Now, whenever we turn them, guys, listen. Whenever we open the lid to turn them, it's going to be very important that we turn them quickly, because when we take the lid off, we're letting out the heat, and we want to turn them very quickly. It takes a while to put them in because there are so many of them. I put an O on both sides of that. I did. I messed that one up. So I've got to fix that one. But we've got to turn them quickly so that we can get the lid back on it.
I Number 2 and number 3.
I know I put an O on both sides of that one, so I'm going to have to change it real quick. Oh, bless you.
Gesundheit.
Okay, we have them all in there. And we are ready to put the lid on. Now, and when we put the lid on, we have a notch right here in the incubator, and there's a notch right here in the lid. We have to make sure that our notches line up. And we have to make sure that the edges fit. And we're always, before we open the lid each day, we're going to always check right here on our temperature. And we're going to check it on, we're going to be sure that we write our temperature down on the chart over here to make sure that our temperature is correct. Okay? And over here on the table, we've got our calendar so that we can make sure that we're doing the right thing each day. Alright. This shows us, in this picture, this shows us day 7 in the chick development. And what you can see in this picture, this shows us that inside of the chicks, inside of the eggs that we have in our incubator, the chick is already starting to develop. It tells us it has its main joints. They're beginning to form. It has its legs and its wings already. So right here, this is the chick. This dark spot that you see right here is its eye. Okay? This is its eye, and right in here, where the arrow is pointing, that's where the joints are beginning to form. Okay? These red things that you see are the blood vessels.
I know
They're starting to form from the yolk. Okay?
Easy.
All right, when we look at it with the candler, we're not going to see it look quite like this. We might be able to see a dark speck where the eye is, but it won't look quite like this. It won't be in color like this. But we'll see dark and we'll see light. Okay? I have another picture that'll show us a little bit more like what we're going to see with that. Okay, now this is from an embryology book that Mrs. Reinhardt sent to me. And, if I can move it down. Ooh, too far, sorry. These are some different pictures. This one is kind of how we're going to look at it today. It says day 6, but this is kind of how it's going to look today. It'll be kind of light on the ends where the egg sac is at. Remember she told us how it has, or where the air pouch is at. And then in here it's going to be dark. And we'll see the blood vessels or blood veins coming out from it. We'll be able to see a black spot where the eye is whenever we look at it. As it begins to develop, the dark area will get bigger and bigger as the chick begins to fill it up. Okay? So that's what we're looking for today. We should be able to see the squiggly lines coming out, and we should see a little bit of a dark spot here. Okay? What we're going to do with our chart, as we candle the eggs, we have a chart, and our chart is numbered. We have 1 through 15 over here, and we have 16 through 29 here. Today we're going to chart the ones that we think are growing we're going to put a green check beside the ones that we think are growing. If we can see those squiggly lines, if we can see that kind of dark spot where we think the baby chick might be, we'll put a green check. If we don't see anything, if it's kind of clear and it looks like we can see straight through it and we don't see anything inside, then we're going to put a red X. And that'll mean that we don't think anything's growing. And then we'll check back again on Thursday. We'll candle them a second time, and we'll see if we can see any change, if it's continuing to grow. Maybe if some of the red X's we can now see something inside of. And this is how we're going to monitor the eggs as we continue through the process. If I say yes, you put a green check. If I say no, you put a red X. Got it? Can you handle that?
Yes.
Just a green check or a red X. Easy job, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know how bright it's going to be or anything else. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, Daniel. This is number 29. All right. Lexi, you want to come see?
I see the
Do you see it? There's the eye. Okay, Daniel, put a check. Number 29. It's good. This one is number 4.
I would do.
Abigail, come look. Do you see anything on number 4? Do you see anything? I don't see anything, do you?
No.
Don't see any things or anything? Number 4 doesn't look like we have anything, so we need a red X by number 4.
We'll do it the next time.
That's okay, we'll try it again. This is number 3. Dante, come look at number 3.
I'm going to order.
Look down in here, can you see anything?
Like a lot.
Don't see anything on number 3. It's okay, guys. We have lots of eggs. Oh, wait, come here. Come here. Look. Maybe we do have something on number 3. Oh, it's okay. We do have something on number 3. We just didn't have it rolled over good enough. Number 3 does have something. Look right here.
I just put out the other square.
Oh, it does. It was laying on the back side.
I put out the other square.
That's okay. Yeah, we just didn't roll it over far enough. All right. This is number 15. Kyra, come look at number 15.
Oh.
Roll them over.
We're going to do this long, and we're going to do
Boop, boop, boop.
and you'll be quick.
See anything?
Hey, I see something.
What do you see? What do you see? Tell him.
Blue black dot.
So what do you see?
Blue black dot.
Number 15 is good. This one is number 23. Come look, Meredith.
I don't see anything. I don't really see anything. Oh, I
Look
see
on top.
little lines.
Do you see little lines?
Yeah.
Look right here.
It's black right there.
It's black right there. 23 is good. Right there where the O's at. See it? Look back on this side. Right here. So it just moved. Did you see it? Tell him.
Good.
What number was it, Miss Austin?
That was 22.
22.
We're going to look at number 4 again. See if number 4 is moved. Just on the other side. No, I'm still not seeing anything number 4.
The one that had so red.
I don't see anything in number 4. Oh, it's right here. See it? Can you see it? Okay, yeah, this one's moving. See it?
Can we see this moving?
Hey, tell him.
Some of these ones are good.
Number 20 is good.
Can we see them?
Oh, this one's big.
Yes, it
Look. This is a big one.
is. Tell them it's gone.
Yep, this one's good. There it is, there it is. This one's moving around too. Right there it goes. See it right there? See the lines? Right in there's the dark spot. See it? It's kind of moving. Number 1 is good. This one, when you look at it, as you turn it, it's clear. And you can't see anything. You can't see the vein work. But as far as we can tell, this is the only one that's not fertile. Because there's no red vein work. It's just clear.
I see a black thing.
The little bit of dark that you're seeing is where the yolk is. Unless it's underdeveloped. It could be underdeveloped. So the next time we candle, if it still looks like this, it's not fertile. So the next time we candle, they should be a little bit bigger and more vein definition. So what we'll do is we're going to leave number 4 in there. We're going to wait. We'll candle again on Thursday. Yeah, you put wait. When we look on Thursday, if number 4 still looks the same as it did today, then we can probably make a guess that number 4 is not going to hatch, that it wasn't fertilized in the first place. Today we are at day 10 inside the egg. So our little babies are growing. You can see how it's changed since the last time we looked at
Is
it.
that black circle the eye?
The black circle that you see right here, this is its eye.
Oh.
All of this is its head, and it's all curled up inside of the egg. Remember Ms. Reinhardt told us that it would have a pipping tooth, and that's it's like a little sharp tooth-like thing that's on the end of its beak. That's what it uses to peck out of the egg, and right here is where it's at. It's on the very, very tip of its beak, so it already has a beak.
That almost looks cute. I thought that beak wasn't even there.
Okay, we can't all talk at the same time. Right, but it already has the pipping tooth starting to develop right there. This is its wing right here. It's all curled up. You can see its neck, and it's all tucked around. It's starting to have little legs right here. All curled up nice and tiny inside the egg. When we look at it, we're not going to see it looking like this, okay? Because we can't see through the eggshells, okay? But if we could peel away the shell and all of the lining inside of the egg shell, this is what the baby chick would look like inside of the egg shell.
But we're really not going to break the egg.
No, we're not going to break our eggs because we don't want to hurt them, okay? But if we could see inside of the egg, this is what it would look like, okay? All right, so now, what are we going to look for today? Because obviously, if it looks like this, when we candle our eggs, we're not going to see the same thing we saw the last time, right? So now, let's see what we're going to look for.
But we might with number 4.
We might with number 4. Last time, when we looked for a dark spot, and we looked for the veins to show, remember? This time, we're going to look for a thickening band here in the middle, because remember our chick's bigger now. So it should be a thickening band here in the middle, and we should still be able to see the veins out, the blood vessels out in here. Okay, because our chick is getting bigger, so it's going to fill up more space. It'll still be light over here, because remember this is the air pocket. And we're going to see the blood supply out in here. Big band here. Now, with number 4, remember number 4 was our egg that didn't look like it was doing anything. If number 4 is just a late starter, it might look like this now. But if we still see all the light shining through number 4 at this time, then we know number 4 was not fertile, and number 4 is not going to do anything at this time. Okay? Yeah. No, we're not going to take it home and eat it because it would be nasty. Okay? It would be rotten, and we wouldn't want to do that. Okay? But so today it's probably a safe guess. If number 4 hasn't done anything by this point, number 4 is probably not going to do anything. We can say that it was not fertile. But what we should see is the ones who looked like this. If they are still growing, then they should look like this. Okay? Today, if they're growing, if they're big and thick, you're going to put a check. If they're not big and thick, you're going to put an X. Okay? We'll tell you the numbers, and you're going to record it over here on this side of the black line, okay? This is number 5. Abigail, come on up. Let's see how it's getting thick. You can't really see through. So we're doing pretty good on number 5. Number 5 is good. This is number 4. Dante. Here's number 4. Do you see anything on number 4?
I can see some black stuff in the middle.
Still don't see anything on number 4.
Very, very sad.
That is sad. Number 4 doesn't have anything.
So it's not fertile.
So number 4 is not fertile. You're right. This one is number 24. Okay. So what do we see here with this one?
See the little dark stripe and then the air pouch and the blood vessels? It's fertile, and I don't see light shining out.
Okay, well let's look. I gotta keep turning.
Yeah, it looks pretty much good. It looks good.
this one still looks, this one still has quite a bit of light shining through it.
Not a lot.
This one,
This one.
okay, right over in here is kind of where it looks like it might be. Oh, did you see it move?
See it move.
Watch it move. See it? See it moving? This one's moving. See it? It's moving from us. See it? Watch it move. Did you see it move? Watch it. Watch it go. This one is pretty good. This one's a runner. 24 is good. 23. Lexi. As we turn it, see all those veins all over everything? And when you turn it, it'll start moving. Ooh, see? Yeah.
This one's good.
This one's good.
I wish I got to see one movie. This one's good. This one's awesome. It's got like all kinds of stuff. It's got it all. See when you turn it over, it
Yep,
starts
look, there it goes again.
See?
See?
Yeah, that one's very good.
That one's good. 7. Looks good. 12. Yeah, 12's good. This one's good.
That's all.
You see it? You see it moving? Yeah, that one's good. That one's moving good. This is a good one. You can see this one really good. So far, they're looking pretty lively. Except for number 4. So I think it's safe to say that number 4 is not fertile.
3 days. It's only 3 days.
So we will try again on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, when we look at on Wednesday, our eggs should be getting pretty full by Wednesday. All right. Today we're on day 16. So first of all, we're going to take a look at what our chicks are looking like inside of our eggs. If you look, it's almost fully grown. So you can see now its wings are developed for the most part. It has its legs. You can see it has its little claws already. Here's its beak, and you can see the egg tooth. Here's its eyes. And you notice it tells us down here that the down is beginning to grow. And that's what we call the little feathers. So you can see little feathers starting to grow on it. It's starting to get very cramped inside of the eggshell. Yeah, it's starting to look. Yes, it's going to get more and more crowded inside the shell. So the shell's really starting to fill up now. It's starting to look like a chick should look. But you see it's still kind of covered with that filmy, gooey looking stuff. And so this is what it looks like inside of the shell. Now we're not going to crack shells, and it's still not quite ready to come out just yet.
On Monday it will.
Now, today is not, it's not hatch day yet. We still have a few more days left. But today will be the last time that we are going to candle the eggs, because remember Ms. Reinhardt told us after day 18 it's dangerous for us to do that because it would be harmful to his eyes and things like that. So today's the last day that we are going to look at it with the light on the eggshells. Today when we look at it, I don't have a picture to show you, what it will look like, but I can kind of tell you what it's going to look like. Since the chick is this big now, since it's getting bigger, the egg is going to look like it's almost full. If it's still fertile, if the chick is still growing, we'll still see the little air sac, the little clear pocket where the air's at. But for the most part, the egg should look black on the inside. We should see that little air pocket, and then the rest of it should be pretty much full inside, because the chick's taking up most of the space now. When we shine the light in there, remember we said number 4 looks like it's not fertile, so we'll probably still be able to see through number 4, because we don't think there's anything in number 4. If a chick has stopped growing, then we might still see like a dark spot and some veins and a lot of light shining through. If we see a lot of light shining through, then we can say it's probably stopped growing at this point. Okay? Yeah, that will be sad. And guys, I'm going to tell you, chances are we may have some that have stopped growing, because the chances of all of them making it, usually that doesn't happen. So, I don't want you, then maybe they have all to continue to grow, but I want you to be prepared that today we may have some disappointments, okay? We're going to hope we have good news, but you need to be prepared just in case we have some disappointments today, okay? We're going to hope for good news, but you need to be prepared just in case we have some disappointments. What we should see if they're all still growing is, for the most part, the inside will be dark, the little air pocket on the big end, like we've been seeing, okay? So that's what we're looking for. Today, we're going to mark the ones that we can tell for sure are still growing. We're going to mark them with a green check like we've been doing. The ones that we know are not doing anything, like number 4, we'll continue to put with a red X. If there's any that we can't tell, because remember some of them have the really thick shells on them and they're kind of hard to tell. If there's any that we have a hard time telling with, we're going to put a question mark today. Because there may be some that are harder to tell for sure. So if there's some that we can't really tell for sure, we'll just put a question mark beside it today. Okay? Are we ready to look at them?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get the lights off and see what we can see. Let's see how it's getting thick. You can't really see through. So we're doing pretty good on number 5. Here's number 4. Don't see anything on number 4.
I can see some cracks up in the middle.
Still don't see anything on number 4. We're just going to lift the lid, see how many are hatched. I'm going to move a few of them
Hey, so there's maybe
and try to see who's out. But we got to do it pretty quick. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
And I need you quiet.
Shh.
Here we go. Okay. Here we go. This one. Move this one. We're going to move this one. Okay. We're just going to move those. We're going to let these other 2 stay in here for a little bit. Okay, we've got 28. That was 11. This is 29. 6. 8. And 9. And we've still got quite a few that are picked. If you remember what we talked about, we're going to leave some in there because they'll keep chirping. And as they keep chirping, it'll encourage the other ones to continue to hatch. And they'll probably keep hatching throughout the day, okay?
They keep loud.
They're going to be loud.
They were 5 this morning, now they're 6.
Now, if we hold them, remember everybody has to wash their hands after we hold them, okay?
Yes, because they're
And
dirty.
remember, we're going to have to wash them throughout the day. In just a few minutes, we're going to put some water in here for them to drink. We're gonna put some food in here. We're gonna feed them some cornmeal today, and then we'll bring in some chicken food for them a little bit later on. They have to stay under the lamp so they can stay warm. So we can take them out and we can hold them for just a little bit, but then we'll have to get them back in here so they can stay warm. We're gonna have to put a thermometer in here. We're gonna have to keep a close check because they have to stay about around 99, 100 degrees so that they can stay warm. We have to look to make sure that they don't get too hot, but we don't want them to get too cold either. If they're huddled up together, then they might be too cold.
They're all right. Okay, we'll sit back.
You've got to hold it very carefully. Do you want to hold it?
It's on the wrong way. Now you
It'll get little feathers on you. Don't squeeze. Just be easy. Use your thumb. See? Yeah, their feathers. Its feathers are gonna shed a little.
And just go.
That's
Come out.
Did you hear it? Here, let me move it.
We also don't want to get red. Some of them are good.
That's good, isn't it?
This one has funny hair. Look at it. Zoe, don't make me drop him. Now you can grab it. One has a lighter beak than the others.
You can't touch it. You can't touch it. Don't be on the light. Just watch that one right there. Don't touch it. Remember, we can't touch it because we can't help it, but just watch. And it's going to be kind of nasty, but watch. Don't touch the light. No. Yes.
They're kicking off. Just watch. He's gonna help. Honey, I'm sorry. You had a good place and you moved.
Miss Austin, I see so far. Number 3.
He's tired.
It's just gonna push its other thing in.
Let's just go to his head on now. Let's see. It's hard. It's hard.
You can see that pink stuff on it. That's what's scared me. Just get your beak out, you guys. Aww. He's a newborn baby. He's newborn.
It's a newborn baby.
That's Mark driving
There you go.
We have 7.
So now we have 7.
Now we have 7.
You see how tired it is?
Pushing all the way out.
I know, it was hard work. Oh, I got him. If you look at this one right over here, see it chirp? You can see it chirping inside the egg. Right there where that one's laying down, look, you can see the beak open where it's chirping. It's chirping.
Do that one. You can see a beak in that one. I see.
Okay, now I need everybody to back away because we're going to have to put the cover back on so the others can still have heat.
So they can still
Yeah, because we're going to have more to hatch. We've got a lot of little beaks chirping.
It's big guts.
Yeah, we're going to change the lamp because I think that one's a little bit too warm.
That one's 4. And number 4. It's
Well, the 2012 4-H Embryology program has come to a close with a tremendous success in 32 classrooms, reaching over 579 students. We experienced a wonderful hatch rate of around about 93%, and some of our classrooms even experienced a hatch rate of between 96 to 98%. This terrific hatch rate was made possible by the support of the Alexander County Farm Bureau, which provided Alexander 4-H over a 2-year period funding to produce new UL-approved incubators. Teachers that have been doing this program for over 20 years, and they commented that the new incubators really help keep the temperature and the humidity at the right levels needed for a great hatch. We set over 960 fertile eggs provided by Wayne Farms Hatchery in Surrey County. In closing, I'd like to give a special thanks to Andrea Austin Brooke White's classrooms at Taylorsville Elementary School for allowing Chad Ritchie, our director of our governmental channel with Alexander County Government, to come numerous times over the 21-day period to record the process of the embryology program in their classrooms. For more information about how you can participate in the 4-H Embryology program, give us a call at the Cooperative Extension Center at 632-3125.